Hey, what's up, everybody? You know what I got to do first? Got to make sure everything's working smoothly. So we're going to check Instagram. We got that right. Let's go ahead and check uh, LinkedIn. Let's see what we got on LinkedIn. Want to make sure that's working properly. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second now. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. All right. And we'll check Facebook. Let's see what Facebook. Hey, Facebook, you know how I rock with y'all. Always gotta keep y'all on your toes on Facebook. All right, cool. So, welcome to the Cloud Confidence Clinic. I really use these lives almost daily to really help you build a mindset and land a cloud role. And I'm here to answer questions as well. Um, if for those who don't know me, my name is Broadus Palmer. I am cloud career coach and founder of Level Up in Tech, where we help mid-career transitioners, current techies, or even future techies learn cloud engineering by gaining experience on how to solve problems as a cloud engineer. And we help them land high-paying roles. So I decided to dedicate time to daily to really just talk to y'all and help you understand that the biggest thing for you that really uh stops you from getting into tech is this. It's not even the tech itself. We talk about this all the time. Not even tech itself, is just the mindset. All right. And I'm here to help you refocus on your mindset, get you a new mindset, and walk out here, with a whole new frame of mind so you can think about uh focusing on walking into that dream job sooner, later, whatever your journey takes you, right? So I see we have a question very quick off the rip. Any tips on passing the AZ 104? You know, I'm just gonna say I'm not sure. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So I was about to say someone else, but the only advice I have for someone who wants to pass the exam is number one. Let me put this question back up. Uh, Number one, go ahead and definitely look at the domains that you need to pass, that's required for you to pass on the exam. Those domains are the key to your success because that's exactly what you're going to be asked about on the exam. Number two, go ahead and pick a course. I mean, I think like Microsoft has, and I could be wrong, has hands-on learning when it comes to dealing with these certifications. If they don't, obviously Scott Duffy is one of the best Microsoft people that train. So make sure you take one of those courses, either on the Microsoft Learn or Scott Duffy, and just make sure with Scott Duffy, his domains on the course that he's training actually aligns up to the current uh, AZ 104. Now, here's the thing that you want to do when you're taking an exam. This is what I do. Every single module I do, I make sure I take the time to do a small project. So let's say in that module you're learning about virtual networks, NIC cards, and all of that within AZ. Then I would take time to create a virtual network. If you're learning about blobs, I would take time to create a blob and understand how it works. If you're learning about virtual machines, I would take time to build virtual machines and connect them to other services in Azure to understand how it works. And I would just continue to learn and build, because what happens is when you get these scenario based questions on the exam, if you've done it before, then you can immediately eliminate majority of the answers. You like, okay, well, I did this. I know it did that. So that has to be the answer. Has to be the answer right here because when I build this, this is exactly what it asks me to do. And you can know by faith and by experience that you've done it, and that's the right answer. Um, while you after you complete the course and you've done your projects, your small mini projects, your labs, your exercises, whatever it is, I would say I would definitely find a great practice exam, and I would not take my AZ 104, any cloud certification, any certification. I would not take my exam until, and I think with AWS, and I know now with these new certifications or new way of taking certifications or updated policies that they have at Pearson View or whatever, they don't tell you to pass or fail immediately. And I think it's 700 on the score or 70% on passing the exam. I would aim for 80%, and I would not take the exam until I'm reaching 80% consecutively 3 times in a row. And that's when I know I'm pretty much ready for exam. I've gave myself a buffer. I don't reach 80% on 3 different type of exams 3 times in a row. If you're not there, then you need to go back and look at what your weekend and go back and just study and do some hands-on. Continue to study. There's no job. Thank you. Somebody said it's 700. There's no job that's waiting on you. I mean, if somebody says, "Hey, we're waiting on you just to get that certification before we hire you," then I would just ask them, "Hey, you going to pay for it?" Because no company is going to say, get the certification, we're going to hire you. I mean, maybe we had some in the past, but like right now, what I'm saying is no one is waiting on you to pass the AZ 104 for you to rush and rush. Take your time with it, pass it, but make sure you have the experience to understand, like, okay, even when you take the practice practice exams, you can look at the scenarios and you be like, that'd be interesting to build, and just go ahead and build it and see how it works and come to your conclusion of the answer. So long answer is pick a credible teacher. Scott Duffy, I think Microsoft Learn has 104 prep. Make sure the domains, if you're teaching, if you're going to a outside source for a course, make sure the domains match the domains that the guide has for the exam. Learn and do practice exams 80% 3 times in a row before you're ready to take the exam. That's what I would say. All right, let's see what other questions we have here. Okay, hi, do you think focusing on GCP is a good idea? Yeah, I mean, it's cloud. So like this is the thing I don't want y'all to get stuck on. Like a lot of y'all like are stuck on which cloud is the best. Cloud is cloud. Like ask the guy who works at Oracle, is GCP or AWS or Azure is the best. I mean, they partner with them, right? Because they have tooling that and services that these companies use. But I mean, he works at Oracle. So cloud is cloud. Just focus on one. Pick GCP. If you're learning GCP, go ahead. I mean, Google is hiring. You know what I'm saying? Companies out here are using GCP. So don't be stuck on which one is better because all of them are the same. So learning networks, serverless, infrastructure, development, building your analytical skills inside of GCP is going to help you do the same in Azure and do the same in AWS. I hope that answers your question. All right, let's see. Let me hide this current one. Okay, let's get to another question. Do you think getting my Network Plus cert would be beneficial in cloud engineering? Yeah, sure. I mean, foundational skills are always beneficial. Now, I mean, for me, like, if you think the cert itself is going to help you and be beneficial, probably not. The skill that you will learn from preparing for the cert, which is understanding networking concepts, is definitely going to help you. Um, I haven't seen anyone. I mean, unless you're trying to become a networking engineer, I haven't seen anyone in cloud engineering and gotten an interview and they just talk about that networking cert. Like, let's talk about your networking plus because it's CompTIA. It's a basic foundational level cert for IT principles and fundamentals. So the benefit for you is the foundational skills you're gonna learn, not the cert itself. But obviously, if you're gonna prep for the cert to learn the skill, go ahead and take the cert. Okay, let's see. Okay, yep, I think I just answered that for you. What's your take on GCP? It's a good career move. Yep, it is. Get you a free Azure subscription, $200 credit for the first month, and tons of services free for. Yeah, this is all out here for you. Same with AWS, which AWS I think is 300. I could be wrong, and GCP is 300. So it doesn't matter which one you're using and you're learning. Let me take a look at Instagram just to make sure I don't have any questions here. Okay, cool. We're getting all the questions here. Let's hide. Okay. Thanks for the tip. I spoke to you on TikTok and have passed the AZ900, so I'm going to take the AZ104 and build real world projects. So, excuse me, my nose is itching. So, I would say like if you're looking to just get hands on and build, like you don't need to take the AZ104 to show that you know Azure, right? You show you know Azure by building in Azure. Like right now, I don't know if y'all understand, like certs are still good for foundation, and especially new certs that are coming out, but you don't need them to prove that you know something, right? So they're not a step to, oh, let me get this cert, and then do projects. No, like the project's going to help you more than anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, this last week and this week, I've been working on just building Stripe projects, working with Stripe payment systems, APIs, and all of that, and building my own website and integrating with Stripe for subscription based, all types of payment options, and learning how I could build front end and back end, right? Um, Full stack and deploying it locally, and then hey, let me take all of this, refresh my skills, and containerize it, and then okay, oh, let's go ahead and just deploy the service with Kubernetes. Now looking at, hey, all these services that I have, I can literally just take them and deploy them as an individual's container, as an individual service, each of them, right? And learning why, right? And continue to add monitoring, logging, Redis with caching, um, adding some AI, like how will AI or what can I do with AI services will help me do whatever for a customer that's coming to my site to purchase. So all of these things that I'm learning are going to build the experience that I need outside of a cert. And let me see. You said, yeah, true, but I don't feel like I have the experience to build anything yet after passing. Hence the swagger. But you don't. So this is the thing. Like the cert ain't gonna give you the experience to build anything. Like you might do a couple of labs, but like the cert is not gonna give you the experience to like, oh, I just built this whole entire infrastructure to deploy infrastructure as code, just deploy, virtual machines, storage, APIs, Nginx web server, etc., for a particular customer. You see where I'm going here? Like the cert is not going to help you do that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's an admin cert, right? Just 104, just make sure I'm correct with Azure. That's an admin. The admin cert just shows you tools and services that the admin uses in Azure. It doesn't show you how to be an admin. Like it doesn't show you the job. It just like AWS, a solutions architect cert doesn't teach you how to become an architect. It just teaches you the services and tools and the breadth of services that AWS offers for architects to design solutions. Your best bet, you don't have to listen to me, but I mean, I don't know anything. Your best bet is to take these quick tutorials and start building things. And then use like Claude to figure out like, hey, if it's a company you want to work for, like how's this company solving problems? What does a internal infrastructure look like within this company? And then build it out on your own. So you can learn like how are you truly solving problems in Azure. That shit is going to teach you more than any cert will teach you. And guess what? For the AZ 104, let me ask you this. I know we talked, but how long have you been prepping for? It's okay. I just got a point for this. I just want to know. So just let me know how long you've been prepping for that cert and we come back to this. All right. So what's the best source where we can find some labs for practice? It's hard to know where to just start. Bro, like quick start tutorials. Like Cloud has thousands of services. So whatever you do in GCP has thousands of services. Go to the GCP docs and look at a service that you like and want to learn about and do quick start tutorials. And that's where you can start. You got an account, you got quick start tutorials. That's the most cost efficient way for you to start building hands on because the documents take you step by step on how to do it. And guess what? You used AI, Claude. I love Claude. Use Claude to continue to build on the solutions that you're building from the quick start tutorials. All right. Okay. So he says it's been a week prepping because I passed the AZ900 2 weeks ago. Okay. So in this week prepping, you probably haven't gotten too deep in learning anything. You're probably learning a couple modules, depending on how long you've been taking time every day. So think about where you could have been in a week with a project. You probably could have had 2 projects and learned a shit ton in a week. Or you just could have done one project and kept building on it and building on it in a week, and you could have learned a lot more. I'm not saying don't take the exam if you want to take the exam. What I'm saying is don't take the exam with the intentions of thinking that it's going to give you the experience you need. And then all you have to do is just do projects. No, the experience is going to give you the experience. You see what I'm saying? Like, is this more of a mechanism of you're scared to dive into projects? Because, yeah, I think that's what it was, right? You just said that. Yeah. It's a mechanism of you scared to dive into projects, but you feel like you haven't roamed around. Like, just dive into it. You're not going to break anything, bro. You learn by diving into it. And we got assistants. We got Copilot. GitHub Copilot. You got Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft literally has the AI there so you can learn what to do and how to do it and troubleshoot. So all of that sticks with you more. Those are stories, right? Nobody's asking for the story of tell me how you passed your exam because they know how you passed it. You took a course, you took the practice exam, you took the exam, you passed it, or you took a dump and you cheated and you passed it. One or the other. That paper that you get don't say either way. What separates you from a person who cheated? The experience that you built building projects. Because the person who's cheating, who hasn't done none of this, is not going to be able to talk about their experience using these services. You are. They just did it just to do it and cheat. You see what I'm saying? Like the certification that you get, that badge you get, when you click on it, it doesn't say how you passed it. Right? It doesn't even give a score. So the person who passed 700 or 701, and then a person who passed at 1,000, you can't even tell a difference. It doesn't even matter. What's going to be the difference? I'm going to Microsoft.learn and I'm just going to dive in, bro. These next 4 months, I'm in it. I ain't doing nothing else but learning because that is going to take you to the next level. You'll become very smart in what you're doing, and that's when you're going to get the bag. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, that's a good point right there. The cert just proves you have the theory, but the real substance and interviews come from showcasing your experience and projects built. Yeah, they don't listen. No company, like if I'm hiring you, I don't care about the cert you passed. That doesn't help me solve my problem. Let me back up. I'm gonna say this all the time so y'all can understand the business. The only time your cert will matter to me is if I have a partnership with Azure. And from Azure, depending on the tier level of partnership, I get certain benefits where I can get my company placed in the marketplace, and Azure will help me find customers from their community. Or I get discounts on using services, which, let's say if I'm a company that normally spends, $1 million a month in services or more, you got companies that spend 60 million a month. That's crazy, right? 30 million a month. That's crazy. But let's say I'm spending $1 million a month, but by me having this top premier tier level partnership, because I have obtained, and retained certain number of certified folks on my team. Now, let's say I get 25% discount on using those services. So if I'm spending $1 million a month and I get 25% discount, that's $250,000 I'm saving a month just by having you certified folks on my team. Now, think about that. I'm getting my stuff in the marketplace and I'm getting new customers from Azure. I'm getting a 25% break in using their services. In any clients that I land now, right, I can say every single person is a certified expert on my team, which means because you're certified, I can charge the customer more for you, because they're getting certified folks that know how to do the job. So instead of me charging $150 per hour for my team or a member on my team, depending associate member, level member, I can charge $175. I can charge $180. You still gonna make the $40 or $50 or $60 an hour that I give you, but I get to charge more on the back end. That's the only reason your certs will matter to me as a company. There's no other reason. It's not because, we care that our folks are certified. If a company says that, it's because they are using it to build the client even more. You got to understand the business behind this. So that's the only way it would matter. Other than that, no companies are talking about, like, no one is going to ask you, what's your name? I'm sorry. Shaik. No one's going to ask you, hey, tell me more about you. How you passed that cert. I told you. They already know how you passed it, bro. They're going to ask you more questions about your background, what you put on a resume, right? And, hey, how would you handle this situation? Or tell me more about what you think this means. That's it. Okay. Let's see. What's your take for someone who is a newbie in cloud regarding a cloud platform they could begin with? All right. So you got to go back and listen to what I said earlier. My take is just pick one. Like, y'all holding y'all career up 6 months because you trying to do research. What research? We ain't doing no research. You just want the scale. You got a scale out here, and you just want somebody or more people to tell you one or the other. Because I'm sure, and I'm not fussing at you. I'm just giving you the reality. I'm sure that I'm not the only person that you asked this. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure I'm not the only person that you asked. All right, so 1,000 people can tell you AWS, another 1,000 can tell you Azure, and another 1,000 can tell you GCP. You'll still be confused. Just pick one, learn it. That's it. What's the best resume structure? Is a resume that speaks to the pain points of your client, which is the job you're trying to land. There is no structure. There's no cheat code. Oh, this is the structure you need. It's these the key words that you need. Like, if you don't have the keywords in your resume that even gets them to look at it, or gets the AI to look at your resume and match the keywords that they want you to have a skill set or experience, etc. It don't matter what your structure look like. Oh, let's put his resume in because he got good structured resume. I look a good structured one. You see what I'm saying? Now, Gerald, I'm not fussing at you. What I'm trying to do is get y'all to reframe your mind to understand where I'm coming from, right? Gerald got a good structured resume. Let's interview him. No. What's a good structured resume if you don't have the experience that they're looking for? A good structured resume, according to you, and then you get a rejection letter, and here you are trying to fix the structure of your resume again because you feel like, oh, it was just a structure. No, bro, it's the skills. It's the skills. It's what you put on there. You might have the skills, but you're not putting the right ones on there. If they ask you to have skill set in Python, Databricks, AWS, let's say infrastructure as code, cloud formation, but you put in Linux, you put in Jenkins, and you put in all other types of other shit, you're not gonna get the call back because you didn't showcase your ability to solve problems with the skills they wanted you to. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the same thing as somebody's looking for. I'm looking for someone to remodel my bathroom, right? But you lay concrete for sidewalks and you trying to bid for the job to do my bathroom. I'm gonna immediately reject you. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You do sidewalks. You use concrete. I ain't see nothing on your resume about you fixing my bathroom. That's we have to make it make sense. All right. Whatever questions what other questions you got? Let me check Instagram here. Let's make sure. All right, let me look at Facebook. What other questions you got? Come on with it. I want y'all to ask the questions. All right. Come on with it. All right. So all these things right now is just you in your head. All this is just you just gotta do. Stop thinking. Just do. Because the thinking is stopping you. Just say, I'm gonna do it scared. I'm just gonna go ahead. And then you realize it was nothing to be scared about in the first place. Let's see. Digital. My wife thinks I should get FAFSA and go to a college as opposed to a program like yours to get in the cloud. What would you say to that thinking? I would always say, and I'm trying to find so I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna throw it on the table. For those of you, it's nothing wrong going to college and trying to get a degree in cloud. But number one, ask yourself, what does a bachelor's in cloud computing mean? And is the organization that you're going to, let's say like WGU, are they really going to help you gain the experience, or college is all about theoretical knowledge as well? Right. And I'm not banging up on WGU or any other colleges that do bachelor's or associates in cloud computing. What I'm saying is, in this day and time, you want to skill up the fastest way possible and build the experience the right way, right? College is going to take you about 2 years when you could do it in half the time. And this has always been the go-to for me. Why get FAFSA? And I'm just making sure FAFSA, I think is that something you got to pay back as well? Like, or is that help? I could be wrong because I haven't been to college. But why go through that when you could just build your skills, whether you do it by yourself or mentor, go through a program, and then if you need a degree, let the company that you got with pay for it. Pay for all your degrees. That makes the most sense to me. So it's not a wrong way, right? I'm not gonna say, hey, this is why you should join Level Up in Tech versus going through a degree program. What I'm going to say is we have our special way of doing things that have helped people without degrees. I don't even have a degree. So if a degree is very important to you, then that's something that's going to be important to you and your family. If you land in a role and landed it in half the time is probably the best way. If you feel that's important to you, then the program is where you need to be. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. That's it. And then when you get into a role, if you want to continue your education and have those degrees just because you want to go into management, or you want to have a C-suite or director role one day, then you let them pay for it. So that way now, if you got your degree, you wouldn't know the return on investment. But now that you got a specific degree, whether it's cloud, whether it's security, whatever, now you know where the return on investment can come when you're in a role because you know exactly what those steps look like for growth in that company. So I hope that answers your question. If not, ask me more questions. I'm here. All right. So that's all for me. Thanks. I know what to do from here. Projects and building experience. Action, action, action. Absolutely. I'm glad you got it. Okay. Is it possible for someone volunteering spots to references on LinkedIn for cloud roles? What's even the ideal approach like? And what should a LinkedIn profile be like to even be considered by a stranger for remote? I'm not clear on what you're asking. Are you asking like what should your LinkedIn look like if you want to be referred to volunteering for projects on through LinkedIn references and network? Re-ask that question for me, Gerald. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, like I'm never going to I'm not a biased person. I'm never going to say level up and tech, join. I'm not that person. I'm not that person because we're not for everyone. And other important things are out there that other people consider in their career rather than, a degree could be super important to someone. So, but I would just always say it's a reason. I said what I said, and I'm about to say this. If you look at a lot of universities, they offer boot camps as well that's powered by other boot camp companies because they understand that a lot of times their bachelor's of cloud computing or bachelor's or whatever doesn't really help people get into the role or get the right experience that they need for the role because it's all theoretical knowledge and they're super static. Oh, just making sure y'all can hear me. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Also it's super static where technology changes so much and there's so much bureaucracy across the board at universities that in order to change the technology, in order to teach things that's new, you have to go through the chain of command and possible a board to, they have to think about it like at J. Sargent Reynolds, one of the community colleges here in Richmond, in order for them to change curriculum and really get on the industry trends, they had to invite people like me and other and industry leaders in the area to a panel to help understand what is actually out there that they should be able to teach it, that they should be teaching their students. And this whole process, just for us, took probably a month to put together, then a month to get us in there. So that's 2 months. And then think about once they got our ideas and what we think, they had to consolidate it and pick the most important ones, which could probably take another month, and then get the panel, whoever it is in education, to approve the changes and then make the changes. So you talking about just to be just to change with certain technology as technology changes every day. I mean, you talking about 6 months, probably to a year to get on board with what's going on in these tech streets, right? Where anything else, you could just pivot just like that and inject curriculum to keep it moving and help the students. Okay, let me make sure. Did he react to the question? Nope, he didn't react to the question. Okay. So I hope all these answers really helping y'all because I want to help you just reframe your mindset so you have a new frame of mind when you're walking out of here. And you just ask yourself what's important to you. Like certifications important, cool. Why are they important? Because you think that's going to help you build the experience to land a job. Then we need to rethink that because that's not what's going to happen. So what's important for you is building the experience to help you land a job. So now you need to build the experience. It is not about, oh, I need to learn this and that before I. It's, tech is learning as you go. When you on a job and they put something in front of you that you never seen before, or even the team, right? Like, hey, we haven't touched this really, but we need to really ramp up. They may give you some courses to take to ramp up while you're solving a problem, but they're not going to say, hey, we need to take this certification first. No, unless the certification is very important to the client. So when they say, "Hey, we need everybody certified on this," because the client said they want only certified experts touching this. And they said, "Okay, well, normally we charge 150 or normally we charge 225 for our, senior level experts, but to get you to certified experts, we're probably going to charge about 265." And the client agreed. And now all y'all got to get certified. That's the only way like certifications are really going to matter. Other than that, if you get something you haven't seen before, it's just upskilling and doing it, jumping into it, learning about it, reading documentation, and just deploying. That is it. Let's see. Okay. He said, if I want someone who I just connected on LinkedIn with to consider me for a volunteering position at their company through a referral, is it possible to? Is it a way to structure my LinkedIn profile which is attractive for landing cloud roles or just showcasing my done projects enough? So yes, it's possible to get somebody to refer you, right? But you shouldn't just come up and ask for the referral, right? You should build the relationship. Relationships breed the revenue that you want. So like if you would just hit me up out of the blue and I don't know you, I'm not going to refer you because I don't know you. Like and definitely your LinkedIn profile needs to be up to par in showing like you don't so the name of the game is this, like, and this is in job, this is in any industry, any role that you're in. A company's going to look at it like, hey, if Gerald wants to be a manager, it's easier for Gerald. It's easier for us to move Gerald into the management role if Gerald's already doing a management job. Like if he's helping, he's becoming a leader, he's managing. It's easier for us to move him to that role because he's already doing a lot of the work. As opposed to Gerald hasn't shown any discipline of being a manager, and now he wants us to move him to a management role. That's going to be super tough for us as a business, logistically, but also culturally, right? So the best thing for you to move into a cloud engineer role is you have to be a cloud engineer. So like everything in your profile has to tell me that you are transitioning from where you are into a cloud engineer role. That means from the problems that you're solving, projects you're doing, things you're talking about, things you showcasing that maybe that you read a new article, everything. I want to see that you're able to solve my problem. Or I want to see like if you want to refer from me, even before building a relationship, I want to see like, hey, are you able to solve problems at the company I work at? If not, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to refer you. But if you built the relationship with me, if you took the time to chat with me and talk to me about why I work here, what's the culture like, how did I get in the cloud and all of that? Because people love talking about themselves. If you took the time to do that and build the relationship, maybe I would say, you know what? I like this dude and I like what he's doing. He needs a little more work, but let me work with him. Let me give him some ideas and help him out. You can't expect it though. That's the problem. We all expect it, but you got to think people are giving you their time. Like, for instance, think about this. If I'm a senior level architect and let's say I get paid 225, right? So, just to make sure I'm good at my math, right? Let's do divided by 40. That's roughly $110 an hour. All right. So if I'm taking my time out spending 5 hours with you a week, bruh, that's $550 of my time that I'm giving away for free. And a lot of y'all expect somebody to do that. Like, if I'm making $110 an hour, are you willing to pay me $550 a week to mentor you 5 hours a week? Oh, but you want my position though. You want to be like me. How else you gonna learn it? Because if you go to school, you gonna pay somebody, right? So you have to be willing to showcase what you're doing and build a relationship, and don't expect anything for free. Give value first. Figure out a way how you can help them, not the volunteer role, but like even work on some things that they may be working on and like, hey, this is what I discovered, probably can help you. I don't know. I know you've been in that role for a while, but I just wanted to show you. And they may look at it and be like, oh, wow, I didn't think about doing that. Or they may say, yeah, I've done that, and they give you feedback. What I would do here is this. This is how you collab, and this is how you can build relationships. Okay. Okay. But now the question is, I now see this already, before I even show this question, you already in your head. And I could be wrong, but you're already in your head. Let me see. But now the question is, when applying for a job, these descriptions require search some as a good to have, like AZ900, cloud practitioner 104. With the hiring manager process not lean towards that as opposed to having projects, do your projects or search help you stand out? Nice to haves are not requirements, like not hard requirements. They're nice to haves, right? That's why they say nice to haves. So, but they know that some people without the cert can do the job. So all I'm saying is this: I'm not telling you not get this, don't get the cert. What I'm saying is know what you're doing when you using that cert as a shiny object, because that can help you. I mean, it hurts you more than it helps you. You can get certs and get opportunities and can't crack the code because you don't know what you're doing, which in turn you're gonna come back and say, see, the job market shit. I can't get it's my resume. I got to structure my resume right. No, it's because you didn't take the time to build and learn what you need to learn. So I'm not telling you don't get the cert. I'm just telling, from your thought process, you think you needed the cert to be able to do the work. You don't. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's see. Hey, brothers, thank you for the advice on TikTok and LinkedIn. Do you see a serious upturn in the job market for DevOps? Yeah, because that's a methodology. That's not really, that methodology is always going to be used to deploy applications, and it's only going to get better and better with the collaboration of AI. So yeah, I definitely see a serious upturn. Now the tools and services that are going to be used in this role is going to change over time, but yeah, don't worry about it, Sean. You good? That's what the role you want. All right. So, any more questions here? Because your boy's finna get something to eat. You know, I'm trying to see the wife coming back with some. She said catfish. You know, from the south, so you know. But any questions? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Got questions? Ask. Let me check. Instagram here. What up, Lena? Hey, y'all gonna check this live we got coming out soon. It's gonna be dope. She's a cybersecurity professional, industry leader, everything. So anything cybersecurity. I mean, we did a live. It's been some months now, man. The time passed quick. I would say about 6 months ago, it went crazy, and she's a very great person to know if you're trying to get in the government and cyber, get clearance, all of that good stuff. Look, catfish with lemon and mashed taters, perfect. Catfish with lemon butter and garlic and a little seasoning. Oh, yeah. All right. So, no questions. Look, your boy got to get something to eat. I'm hungry. Tomorrow, we good. We coming back 7. Let's come with more questions if you have them. Let's continue. By the way, if you, and this is especially for the gentleman too that reached out, if you're stuck and you really don't want to do this alone and you really want to build your skills and you need help, let's see if we're able to help. Let's see if we might be able to get you to where you need to be. Drop the LU in the chat. I'll reach out to you. Let's talk about your vision, where you want to go in your career, and let's see if we might be able to help you get there. We might not, we might. But we're looking for people who are ready to do the work, who know they need to invest, and is ready to go to the next level, because we're not going to play with your career, right? Playtime is over. You've been playing long enough. We're not going to do that. We're going to get serious, okay? Drop the LU in the chat. I'll reach out to you tonight. And if you have any more questions, reach out to me in a DM or tomorrow's live as well. We can go through it. But I'm here just to help y'all reframe your mind, give yourself a new mindset so you can take off in your career and you can go. All right. So see y'all later. Love y'all. Holla at you tomorrow.